Hello, everybody. We're from the management class, and today we're going to talk about tech flow solution, communication factors, case analysis. Our group consists of two people, and that's Louie and
So for the cases, TechFlow Solution is a 250% software company launched a digital transformation using agile and AI adoption. The strategy was sound implementation, failed due to communication breakdown, not technology or strategy, but how leadership in the business communicate and listen. So the result is 18 employees departed in 8 months. Code quality decline. The defect rate is from 2.1% to 5.7%, and customer trust eroded.
so the next slide is about communication failure. The number one, we have one directional announcement model. And what happened is the CAO announced transformation via town halls and emails, no dialogue. Employees received decisions, not invited to input, no upward feedback mechanism, and senior developers felt dismissed because they feel like they didn't ask our perspective. And also the impact is passive resistance, compliance without commitment, talent departure, experienced staff left feeling undervalued, and no quality input on implementation. Executive did no technical constraint. For example, when AI tools introduced, executives didn't consult senior developers on governance, code liability, or usage guidelines. So the senior staff felt treated as obstacle, not experts.
So for communication failure number two is framing mismatch, where two stories, there's no bridge. So executive narrative will say digital transformation for competitive survival. We're modernizing to stay relevant, and the employee will interfere, like never stated, like, oh, new tools and metrics are replacing us, we're being made obsolete. So why does this fail is because leadership talks about transformation but not with people about it, and employees fear never surface because no one asks, and each group interpreted the other action through their own lens, like there's no dialogue to bridge the gap. So this signals creates employee fear. So like AI assisted coding is like saying, "Oh, my job is next," and like flattening hierarchy. So middle managers heard as like, "Oh, I'm being eliminated." So what this result is, the trust eroded, senior staff disengaged, and it's impossible to collaborate with each other.
So number three, the failure is what leadership communicated, like cultural signal misalignment. So the leadership said that we value speed, agility, and innovation, but the employees heard something else, like we don't value experience, depth, or your way of working. For specific example, language shifted from developing people to fixing skill gaps. It felt insulting. Second, senior developers, 15 years expertise, suddenly undervalued for not knowing the latest tool. Psychological contract breach, like implicit deal. Tech flows invest in your long-term development. You invest expertise in our mission. Like new message, move fast, hit metrics, or you're outdated. Employees felt personally rejected, not strategically aligned. So the result, security anxiety, like will I be next? Motivation collapse, like if experience isn't valued, then why try?
So here are the communication based resolution. This is for immediate action from week one to week four. So what is the solution from the problem we have is the first is CEO listening tour. So we have small group conversation with senior technical staff. The purpose of this is to understand perspective, not defend decisions. So the message I can give is like, I don't have all the answers. Help me understand what I'm missing. The second solution is public acknowledgement of communication failure. So the CEO statement is our communication was top down and inadequate, so we announced changes without consulting people affected. This was a mistake. Here's how we're changing. So basically, we need to rebuild trust through accountability. The third one is create dialogue spaces. So we have monthly open forum where anyone can ask executives anything. So this is can be from the lower staff, middle staff, or like high executive can collaborate, and when employees raise concerns, leadership adjusts and report back. So the messages shift from here's the plan to let's figure this out together.
So why this happens, like the root of the cause is leadership didn't see communication as central to change success. They treated communication as announcing decision already made, marketing the transformation, and overcoming employee resistance. Should have seen it as understanding stakeholders' reality and concerns, co-designing implementation with people affected, and building shared understanding and psychological safety.
So here are the practical recommendation for any organization that is handling this problem. So the top down is from executive to all the staff. We have to share vision and rationale, transparency about constraint, and this is the critical is to admit uncertainties. For bottom up, so employee to executive, so we have to have regular forums to concerns about ideas, anonymous options. So what this can help do is we can talk as much as we want without being known, and it has to be responded within 2 weeks with actions or explanation. So, and the third one is dialogue. So mixed level conversation. Executives and employees discuss trade-off together, joint problem solving, not executive preaching, and people support changes they help design.
So the conclusion is the core conflict at TechFlows wasn't technological or strategy. It was pure communication. To fix it, shift from announcement model to dialogue model. Invite stakeholders to co-create, not just comply. This applies everywhere: healthcare, manufacturing, non-profit, government. To succeed or fail based on communication quality, not the quality of the strategy. Thank you so much for listening. That is our presentation. Hope you guys like it.